And we're live. What's up, y'all? I'm here. I'm back in Philly. It's the first day kicking off my book tour. I had to come to Harriet's bookstore. We got a whole lot of stuff. We're having some fun. I'm back in my hometown. Haven't been home since the pandemic. It's been a long time. So now I'm back home, launching my book. Got to do it in Philly. We're here at Harriet's. And they got some surprises for me. They got some surprises. Bam!
Well, we heard you like to play.
I like to play. Okay. I like to play. See, that's why I love playing right here.
You know you'll get it. You'll get it.
You'll get it.
Well, what we're going to start with is this. Is this bringing any memories
yes,
to
absolutely.
you?
Absolutely.
Talk about it.
All right, so my book actually opens with a story of my father had my younger brother and me build a brick wall. I was 11, and my little brother was 9. And my father had us build a brick wall, one brick at a time, no help. We had to mix the concrete, and it took us almost a year. It was probably 16 feet high, 20 feet long, and one brick at a time we had to build this wall. And it was one of the lessons. I thought there was never ever going to be a wall there ever again in life.
Don't focus on
and he said, don't focus on the wall, just focus on this one brick. Just lay one perfect brick. There is no wall, right? And that lesson kind of taught me that when you're focused on building a wall, you're focusing on this big giant dream you have. It's really hard to get your head around it. But if you just focus on laying one brick perfectly, like, of course you can do that. One day at a time. Yep, absolutely. So yeah, that's the brick. That was 56 in Arlington. 56 in Arlington.
Is that wall? Is that brick wall still there?
No, it was I think it's a church now. I think they tore it down and they made a church.
They regret that now.
Exactly. One perfect brick. No, that lesson comes back to me like literally 2 or 3 times a week when something gets too giant for me. It's like, nope, Will, we're not thinking about no wall.
Bring it in.
Bring it in. One brick.
My sister and I, we call that finding our stillness.
Finding our stillness. I love that. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Narrative.
The narrative. Yeah. Find your stillness. I love that. Absolutely. Walking narratives. But that's beautiful.
Okay. So we're going to continue to take you through the simulation.
Yeah.
Okay, because your great grandchildren who are modern day Harriets want you to know how powerful this message is. Okay, so we're gonna move over here.
This is the first time I'm seeing my book like this.
What?
I've only seen one copy.
Well, here we are.
And this is the first time I'm seeing multiple copies of my book.
Pause. Find my stillness.
Find my stillness.
And take it in. Take it in.
This is beautiful.
And breathe it in. Allow for yourself to have that moment.
That's the actual book. First time author. I got the prototype, a couple of days ago. It was the first time I looked at it and touched it. It's the actual cover with the actual writing and the actual book. And it was I bled all over this thing. Okay. So it's
what's the word? The one word? It was you had a word there and you just swallowed it.
Well, I was gonna say excruciating.
Okay.
Excruciating, putting all of my experiences, and it's a really liberating process to just tell your truth and let it live. Let
Your great-great-grandchildren, they are so happy that you appreciate it. Yeah, it really shapes things for the future.
That is so real. That is so real.
They told us that one day. Which Harry was here, because at 6:04, he had a personal protest, because he didn't want to come to the breakfast table that day. We want to talk about protest. What does that mean to have a personal protest?
The idea of a personal protest, that was just Harry too, by the way.
We wanted him weird. We wanted the future. They told us that he might be like that.
No, that you know, a personal protest, you know, to be able to stand firmly in your knowingness, in your certainty, and just because somebody is stronger than you doesn't mean they're right. You know, and might does not make right. You know, and it was even though it was a tiny protest, how, you know, he knew that gotta love yourself first, and he, you know, he wouldn't have been proud of himself if he did not, you know, make his stand and make his protest.
Protesting is really, really, really about standing in your conviction, right?
Standing in that conviction and that certainty, and being willing to bleed.
What are you certain about today?
What am I certain about? I am certain that living authentically is of a higher quality than maintaining a persona. Yeah.
We'll test that.
We'll test that.
I'm like,
Fantastic.
So,
That's
get
crazy.
into that cover.
Yeah.
Here we have a pair of shoes, but you used to wear a special kind of shoe when you were younger.
Oh, tragedy.
Let's talk about
Tragedy.
it.
Yeah.
The grandkids said it was important.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. What were those kind of shoes?
The
that
kind of
you used to
shoes.
wear?
I had I wish I could find that. Where that chapter, where I could find that. I had a cowboy boot phase. I just loved them cowboy boots. I don't know what happened. I would wear them with shorts. I wear them to play basketball.
It was in fantasy.
It was in fantasy. Oh, she remember that? It's like, yeah.
We
you
studied
remember that?
this. This is our Bible.
That's it.
Sure.
She was like, chapter 2.
yeah, right. And we're all wearing cowboy boots.
Right, we all wear cowboy boots.
That is genius. The cowboy boots. That's Miss Brown. Oh, there it is. Okay. One day I was about 12 or 13 years old. A bunch of us were playing basketball in the schoolyard. I was fresh to death in my bright green shorts and my favorite cowboy boots. In my mind, I was Magic Johnson, but on the actual court, I looked more like a figure skater. Cowboy boots don't necessarily provide the requisite grip or ankle support you might otherwise find in a standard basketball shoe. Basically, I was stumbling all over the place. At some point, the universal basketball bragging began, everybody trying to demonstrate how they could replicate the moves of their favorite players. You know, one dude shouted out, Kareem, slung up a sky hook. Another one screamed, Bird, throwing up a three. But this was Philadelphia in the early 80s.
Hey.
How dare they disrespect these Philly streets? There's only one name to yell out on these courts. Dr. J. Julius Irving. I said, watch out, y'all. Here comes Doc. Move, y'all. I'm about to dunk. Matt Brown bust out laughing. Nigga, you can't dunk. Granted, I had never dunked before, but as soon as I said it, I believed it. And as I made my way back to half court, I licked my fingers and wiped the bottom of my cowboy boots just for some traction. As I prepared to take a running start, I swear to the Almighty, I had no doubt I was about to dunk this ball. And as I stretched my shoulder to prepare for full extension, the guy started throwing out bets. I bet you $3 you can't do it, Will. Bet. I just clapped back. Get my money right. I'm in for $5, somebody said. I'm gonna take all of y'all monies. And I'm agreeing to all of them because in my mind, the ball is already dunked. Guys fan out. There's a moment of anticipation. I steady myself and the murmuring settles. And then boom, I take off running down the court. I'm seeing the Julius Irving rock the baby cradle dunk in the 1983 final sweep against the Lakers. Cowboy boots clomping, feet flailing. I hit my stride, about to take off. I'm up, I'm flying, cameras flashing, the crowd is going crazy, and then silence. And somehow I'm falling backwards. Something has gone wrong. Slam. and reality hits with the force of paved asphalt. I'm not Julius Erving. I'm out cold. But yeah, so I ended up in an ambulance and with a couple stitches in the back of my head. Just you can't dunk in cowboy boots. And I think and I learned that lesson, and that's what this book is about. This book is about lessons.
In the future, they can dunk.
They can dunk in cowboy boots.
We do everything in the future. So just glazing our eyes around, and we saw this bright colors. We see this. Oh, what is this? Is it a record? Is it a record?
Does it come apart? All right. Oh man, that's fantastic. Okay, what? So that's a
DJ.
Jazzy Jeff. How crazy is it? You don't see records anymore. I was like, what's this? Okay, yeah, that's what we Yeah, DJ Jazzy Jeff, Southwest Philly. Yeah, that dude. He just imagine like before, like DJing wasn't what DJing is before Jeff. Like Jeff was a part of inventing what hip hop DJs ended up doing. It was like even the idea of two turntables was still a new concept, and absolutely hip hop DJing. So, I went to Overbrook and he went to Bartram. So he was a couple years ahead of me, and like those early years in Jeff's mom's basement, like inventing, just two kids, and hip hop was brand new and all of that, and I chronicle our rise in the book, but that time was sweet for hip hop. It was like everything was brand new. We would perform, and sometimes you'd perform, and half the crowd had never seen a person rap before. Right. It was new. It was like that's how brand new it was. And
it's like being from the future.
Being from there. See how you brought it back around.
So how
a business, so it was just a hobby. So it wasn't until we started taking it a little seriously that you started feeling the haters trying to stop it, and parents didn't really understand. Yeah, right. So parents they didn't really get it, and I talk about it in the book. It wasn't really a problem in my life until I told my mother I didn't want to go to college because I wanted to rap. Yeah. And she was like, no, you can't be no rapper. Right. And I said, why? Well, she's like, because I don't know what that is. She was like.
So what do you do when your hope is going to break someone else's heart?
Yeah, that was my, that's really the central human question. At a full collision. In her mind, she couldn't imagine that I could succeed in the world without a college education. To her, it was a death sentence. To not go to college and try to rap was a death sentence. And that's one of that was one of the really pivotal and critical points in my life when I had to hold firm happened in that year, you go ahead, but you did the thing, and if not, then you're gonna go to whichever one of them colleges that your mother paid.
So hard.
Right. Yeah. You know.
We're gonna let you speak to the camera. You wanna have anything you wanna say to the audience out there?
Yeah, you know, I'm just, you know, you people have been following me for a long time. Transformative point in my life. I gave everything I had. I left it all on the page in this book, and I hope you enjoy it. You know, I feel deeply purged and thoroughly terrified. Shop directly. So what do we say? So for the first 5,000 books sold, so Instagram is going to donate $10 to the Will Book Club. We get some folks, get folks reading. Get folks reading.
So you're reading again.
You're reading again. Reading again. So add it to the cart so you can hit. So what do they have to do? So
at the bottom.
Tap the button at the bottom. Add it to the cart. You know, I really hope you will enjoy this book. I was as honest and wide open as I could possibly be, and you know, I think there's some. Logs to throw on the fire of you know, your dreams. So I'm hoping that you enjoy it.
Should we go sit down?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna sit down. Where you going?
Well, we go back to the living sacrifice.
The living sacrifice. Oh God. This mean I'm supposed to sit here? Am I reading?
All the way from the future. A transcopeologist.
Transcopeologist.
She goes through time and space to record the important events of life.
Love that.
Ariana.
Ariana is a transcopeologist. Ah. I love that. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All is in divine order. A transcopeologist.
She's over 3,000 years old. You wouldn't even know it.
You wouldn't know it. Yeah. So you're going to transcopeologize me across time. That's deep. I've never been transcopeologized. Love it.
Right?
This is blank slate.
Okay. Ready?
All right, so how should I prepare my heart for this? All right. Okay, that's right there. All right.
That's a
We're
great
good.
question.
You can see what people are saying.
Okay, we can see. All right, they're holding up there. We see people saying, all right. Hola. Você dominicano aqui. Amigo, ¿cómo está? Come to Brazil. Estou feliz por estar aqui no Brasil.
Oh, tu fala português.
No, I wish. That was my one. That's my one line. Can I order my book? I can just push the button on there and order my book, right?
All right, well,
Cesara.
we have another question.
You have another question. All right. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to
How are you feeling right now? Are you stillness? Check in.
find my
Notice.
stillness?
What do you notice?
I'm nervous.
we're here for your support. Promise.
Yeah, no, this is funny. No, it's funny because I'm comfortable with movies. I'm comfortable with music, and there's something extra vulnerable and exposed about being out there with a book. You know, so it definitely.
Ready for the question? You let us know.
I'm ready. Go ahead. What you got? She got me. Oh, so I don't have to. Okay, I'll do that. 3,000 years. 3,000 years.
So the question, what is the next fear that you are looking to conquer?
I said the next fear that I am looking to conquer. It's interesting. I think I'm beyond material fears per se. You know, it's like, you know, I can get a little nervous about something, but I don't dip into fear anymore. And it's more, you know, how honest will I be able to be with myself about myself, right? And it's like I'm looking in now, you know, and it's like, how much will I trust the inner work versus clinging back to external accomplishments and achievements and stuff like that.
This is why you're player one. This is why you're player number one. We know that you doing that work.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It motivates and inspires us all to do the same.
Yeah, it's like so that's where I'm at. So we're doing. Oh, who's that? Who was that? Okay, Savannah. What's up, Savannah?
Gina, what's your daily routine?
Gina, what's your daily routine? What is my daily routine? So my daily routine, I'm pretty much always wide awake between 4 and 6 a.m. And 4 and 6 a.m. is like my private time where the world is all mine. Spiritual, like just looking at myself, kind of getting myself settled. I love it. It is like, I love being awake from that 4 to 6. I'll go back to sleep for another hour or something like that, and then get up into my work day. I like to run in the mornings. There's something about running that really gets me right. And, you know, and then beyond that point into work and whatever my day is. But the most important time for me is that 4 to 6 a.m. is where I settle myself into the bigger, broader ideas of what I'm doing with my life.
Cool.
Can I go on? Ecuador, saludos. How do you keep, what did I say? How do you keep your energy at a high frequency in this world? How do I keep my energy at a high frequency in this world today? Yeah, like that's the central human question. How do you stay joyful and loving and can you find within yourself? Can you find a way to be kind to somebody who's not kind to you? And really trying to separate external circumstances and external conditions from internal heaven. So essentially, separating from the hellish pandemonium of the external world, and can you create an internal sanctuary that you can return to that
And say,
the
now
beard.
what they say?
The beard needs to share its story. Okay. All right, the beard. I'm doing a movie called Emancipation right now. So it's set in 1863. Right. So it's around the Emancipation Proclamation. So this is a character beard that I'm trying to make the best of. Finish the lyric. That's funny. From the Czech Republic. Who we got? A lot of Brazil. What's that? Is that Russia? That's Russia. Definitely not a Philly beard. Yeah, no. It's all the way not a Philly beard. It is a New Orleans 1863 beard. Philly.
Remember Romper Room?
Romper Room, yes, exactly. What is that? Okay, so you just tap add to cart, and below you can get your copy. Each one sold by Harriet's Bookshop directly. It's sold directly by the book is really good. You're gonna love it. Canada in the building. Quando vem para o Brasil. Do you have an audiobook? Oh, sorry. Yes, I just. Oh, you're gonna love my audiobook. I let it rip on the audiobook. I wanted to, make it more than just an audiobook. So it's an audiobook, but there's performances in it. I brought in a choir for a church scene I had, Jazzy a lot of the characters and stuff like that. So I had a lot of fun with the audiobook. So I hope you enjoy it. The audiobook is crazy. I like challenges. Uh-oh. I like challenges when I win. I don't like challenges that I'm gonna lose.
I'm wondering.
Yes.
How many copies can you sign?
How many can I sign? Yeah.
In 1 minute time.
In 1 minute. Hold on.
No, it's a bet.
It's a bet. No, how many? Hold on. So in one. If I'm signing on the front cover, I can sign a lot. So if I'm on the front cover, in 1 minute, I can sign 25. I can sign 25 books in 60 seconds.
Let's do it.
If somebody can work with me, who's going to work with me? I'm going to sign 25 books in 60 seconds. Okay, yeah. So you can set them up. So it should be handed across. It should be handed across, right? It should be right like this, right? So it should be that, and so I can boom, hand off, boom, hand off, boom, hand off. Right? And I can do 25 in 60 seconds. What should you do on the cover?
1 minute. 1 minute on the clock.
You want it on the cover?
Yeah, right on the cover.
We'll be the first
Right on the
and
cover.
only, right?
You'll be the first and only. So I haven't signed any on the cover. Hold on. Let me make sure this is right. I haven't signed any on the cover.
Like, we don't want to set you up.
Hold on. See how they try to set me up? The pen wasn't lubed up. See?
But I can just try it on the book.
Hold on. Let's get it going.
Try on the book. We're not timing it yet.
This is not time.
This is a practice run.
All right, how's that? Hold on, is that enough? Is that?
That would count.
That would count. Hold on, we might need a different color though. Wait, do we have a
No,
block?
that's it.
That's it? That's gonna work?
That's the look. That's the simulation.
Oh, it's part of the simulation. Okay, all right. Because you got to be right on it. You got to be right on it. You got to be right on it.
When you say start, that's when I'll press.
All right, so we should say start when it's in my hand. So hold on. So that one doesn't count. All right, so Sadeo, so let's see. No, so you got to hit it to me like that. Okay, like right. So it's gonna be like that. So it's boom, boom, and you got to be right there. And you got to be right there on that end. So it's boom, boom. All right, you ready? Ready? And go. That's what we do. This is what I do. No, I'm saying, listen. This is why I win. This is why I win. This is why I win. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. How many? Am I? 30 seconds to go. Am I at 12 yet? Did I get to 12 or no? Probably not. We keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. How many in 60 seconds? Oh, damn. So I'm behind. So I'm probably just gonna get 20. See, I misjudged how long it takes me to do my signature. You said the one? Yeah, exactly. There we go. So let me know. So I'll probably end up getting 20. That's all right.
2.
Count me down. All right, how many is that? That was it, last one. All right. How many was that? How many did I get? How many did I get?
22.
22. To complete the 25. I gotta get to 25, but not in the allotted time. Not in the allotted time. All right. Oh, okay. So we're here. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Let's wrap up the live.
All right.
We got
Let's
Say
say
one more thing.
let's say bye to the audience. We gotta
Say bye. Okay. For joining my live, the Will Book Tour at Harriet's Bookstore. It's fantastic. Thank you guys for coming. Book is out tomorrow. You can still click right before we're out of here, add to the cart, and get the book. It's fun. It's fun. It's very enjoyable. Will, Bam, or you can come to Harriet's and they have signed copies that you can. Yeah.
The only one. The only one is the sign on the cover.